with another game of Total Warhammer 3. Today we're playing Gorbad Ironclaw.
One of guile.
He's an orc.
And cunning. Where others know
A very
only
tough guy.
brutality.
He has plans, you know. I don't know a ton about him. I haven't played this campaign before, but I have played, you know, Greenskins in the past. Not like a lot in 3, but they're one of my main factions in 2.
Destroyer of empires.
So that'll be pretty exciting. We're just gonna get to it. Yes. Like I'm too impatient.
Get ready for proper mayhem, lads. More claws itching for some mangling.
Alright, alright. So, unlock tactics provided by the plan and equip the armies to get bonuses. You have Waaaghs to get stuff, underway, scrap, yep. Alright, so we just need to get all waffle and then, you know, your armies get better and all of that. Alright, so the plan panel. Where is the plan? It's not over here. That's weird. Is it on him personally? It is. Okay. Each lord in the faction has access to the plan. You can see what you can get. Yes. Benefits, costs, blah, blah, blah. Tiers. Okay, so we can get fiery squigs or oh, and then the card up there, that's the requirement things. So I guess we'll just equip Gorbad's boys here real quick. And then, you know, a little bit cheaper there. Gives us a ton of money. And then later, you know, we'll get a bunch of spiders and then... Oh. And then we can give all the Arachnaroks Mortis engines. So that's exciting. Anyway, so... The man himself, Gorbad Ironclaw, right now on foot. He's going to get a mount eventually. I know that because I've seen him in good old player versus player. But so, better rewards from Waaaagh. Good. Global recruitment duration, -1 for everything. That's amazing. That's going to, you know, that's one of the main things you want. Is being able to recruit your units very quickly everywhere. So, and then... The man himself, great leader, negative upkeep to the army. He has a huge aura, size 100%, and then he has this ability for really big damage and attack boost. And at rank 6, he gets his War Boar. What are his special things? Faction-wide, generic. I mean, dig in for range units. That's good. Strider for elite cav. Very nice. Glorious charge for him. Decent. Big passive thing. And then... I mean, yeah, it's alright. But at rank 30, you get infinite duration for the plan tactics, so that's something to look forward to. Alright, well. Zativ Kolmancha, who is an orc shaman of orky magic. He dances a lot. Gives him frenzy. But did he not already have frenzy? I guess not. Anyway, you know, you get like headbutt for you know, some big damage potentially, or a footed gork is like a good smash spell. You know, Waaaagh magic's okay. I think it's fine. Alright, so we start off with Black Crag, which is nice, but of course you only get the cool landmark at level 5, which is not so nice. But you do have a gold mine, a cave of shinies, sorry. Alright, so what we want to do here is... I think we just build for a little bit of money right now. The level 1 orc building pays for itself in like 4 turns. It's actually like a lot of money at 250. But, you know, it's just all about how you leverage it. Alright, so let's get to it. First up is, of course, orcs. And then there's more orcs and then dwarves and stuff. What are our objectives? Hey, Asunu, how are you? What are the victory conditions? Alright, so we need to have the Badlands, and then we need to take over Soland, Reichland, and Wisseland, and destroy Reichland and Wisseland and Ulm. Alright, well. You know, the Badlands is more easily achievable, because we could just, like, punch up some other orc and take all their stuff. Oh, these are the crooked boots. I was like, this is not Skarsnik. That's right. This is like the Skarsnik lookalike. Skarsnik, where does he start now? Up here? I don't know. Because Skarsnik was over here for like a while. Right here in these mountains. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't played Skarsnik since like 2. Going, your song's going viral? Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. That must be very exciting. Alright, Dusty Neck Snapper. Time to go to battle. Now, it says we're very equal here. He's got a giant. We have, only a couple ranged units. We've got a Goblin Bolt Thrower there. We'll be able to sink in a lot of damage to it. Oh, I'm making it. Alright, so easy peasy here. We can just... What's the speed on these bolt throwers? Very low. Okay, well... If we just cram it to the front, it'll be able to get some shots off, and that'll be enough to make him come into me. So let's just start. And we can reposition a little here afterward. We do have Orc War Boys, which at the very least are AP, right? But these Orc Biggins, that's our anti-large answer to them. The Orc roster is awesome. I just love them so much. Everybody knows that about me. My friend, my good friend, my Warhammer buddy, he plays orcs in 40k, which is awesome. I think they're even cooler in fantasy than in 40k, though, although he disagrees. And we're gonna hit the gaze here. And the point of hitting a gaze of Mork like that is to just get a little bit of damage before he closes the distance. Boom! You know, it doesn't do much, but it's about sending a message. We're gonna pop orcs to the best. Here? Oh, it's just for the one unit. I thought it was like a AoE thing. Well, that's too bad. Alright. Circle around, meet in the middle. You know, the giant is a big ol' fearsome guy, but the good news is we've got everything aimed at him, and their ranged units are not too long for the world. We're going to actually sandwich in with our cavalry here. The Squig Herd can handle 2 units of Gobbo Archers. This is like, oh my. Did that giant ever connect with our guy? Let's get away there. Taking way too much. Hey, Luke. Yes, nice to see you. I did not have a plan. I don't. I wasn't trying to do a bit. I know he's the guy with the plan, but no, I didn't. You know, I don't know anything about the campaign really. I just know that he has like he's decent for multiplayer. You know, player versus player stuff. Like, it's all I know about him. I know, I read the tooltips a little bit, but I didn't have an idea for the armies. I thought it made it sound like, you wanted different kinds of armies, which is cool. Giant gets popped, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that was bad, right? Okay, now I'm seeing... Okay, so I think you're supposed to keep that giant alive, because we killed it. And I think you probably get to, confederate them because they're greenskins, so that's actually terrible. Well, all part of the plan, right? It feels bad. We'll figure it out. Good night, Atinu. But, yeah, I wasn't thinking there. Which is funny, because that used to be, like... the beginning of every Grom campaign I did involved going over to force confederate Skarsnik and keeping the spider alive, right? Every time. It's the most important thing in the world. Everybody knows that. So I just immediately forget all the lessons I know. The good news is the Greenskin roster is very fun, right? The cavalry's fun, and the chariots are fun, and their shooting is cost-effective, if not good. And, Black Orcs are great. And Ragnarok spiders are objectively the coolest thing. Okay, so actually, we don't force confederate him. Maybe he wasn't the leader, so that's alright. It's Spiked Backbiter that runs him. Alright, well, that's good news. Well, when we fight his army, though, we'll try to keep that in mind. And here we need to roll up to Black Rock. Man, we took so much damage there. Very careless.
Proper stuff, that is.
But if we get to level 30, then we'll get her, the Arachnarok Queen. She can summon 5 units of hatchlings. It's the best. Big spiders with summons. What could be better? Alright, so they've got just Gobbo Wolf Riders, which, look, there is a place for light cavalry in this game. Light cavalry is amazing. It's not for player versus environment, though. Like, it is for competitive multiplayer battles. That is where the reason for doing things with with those units comes into being, and it does not exist absent them. We're just gonna gaze like right up the pipe here, and maybe the splash damage will get some stuff. No, I mean decent. Good? No, we won't say good because good isn't the right word for it, but decent. It was decent. The Squig Herd gets caught by Goblin Wolf Riders, which is a fight that the Gobbos want. But then we come in, steel chair, and they're not gonna like that rear charge from the Orc boys. They are not going to like that at all. We're gonna soup up those Orc boys, get in here. Oh, man, talk about leaving the best in reserve with the orc boar boys just sitting here for a while. We're gonna go around. Their Waaaagh is active in the deep, but you know, we're gonna wait a little while longer. We're gentlemen. We'll let them Waaaagh about it a little bit first, and then, to save on postage, attack! And here, we're just going to run the goblins to the flank here and start shooting in. And Goblin Wolf Riders, of course. The last thing they want is to be running into a unit like Orc Boys, where, you know, they, it's not what they're for. They are not to fight infantry of any quality, even the sort of dubious quality of the Orc Boar Boy. And now these goblins are going to be firing right into the unshielded backs of these goblins with spears. Look at me. I'm playing the game. Taking way too much damage on that shaman. Feels bad. Be alright. Alright, so occupied? No, because that's... Yeah, I don't think the little bit of... That'll help. Alright, so... I mean, Bound Fireball, that's okay, you know, a couple little gazes. Is it good? No, it's not good. But Flaming Attacks, I mean, situationally could be useful. Here what we want to do is... Alright, if we get to there, then 30% replen for him is good, and no Lightning Strike we'll likely need. But you hate to spend too much on... The thing about Blue Line, though, right, is that it is objectively amazing. Alright, so raiding, I think... You take the sack loot, though, right? Because especially in later game, that matters. So this is just like a real late game build for an orc. You know, it's all about the plan. Now, we recruit a couple more squig herds. Yeah, because more mobility in this is awesome. These recruitment... Man, it's cheap to get these, huh? We're just going to take... Orc boys with spears? They're very slightly more expensive, of course, and then you trade a little bit of the melee attack for it, but you know, you get... Well, do we need anti-large? I mean, it wouldn't hurt, right? It wouldn't hurt. Because we're going to be, like, rolling right up and fighting the Empire. Like, I think that's the plan. Maybe you're supposed to stabilize the Badlands first, but I think we're just gonna go and smash. You know, I don't have a plan. Do I look like the kind of guy with a plan? You know, that whole thing. Obviously, you can tell by my personal appearance that I have an excellent Joker. But we're not going to break it out right now. We're going to save that for, like, a rainy day to cheer people up. And, of course, we'll be at 17 immediately because that is the kind of awesomeness that you get at this. And then, okay, so Black Orc Big Boss at tier 2 there, which we desperately need. And then Black Orcs at tier 3. Has that always been the case? Anyway, I haven't played in a while in 3, right? I just... Exciting times. You know, we've got our buildings. I think, yeah. Well, yeah, obviously the growth is where we go. And then, do they have 2 trees? No, it's just 1 tree. Pathetic. Oh, this is his personal tech tree, though, I think. But maybe not. It's like I love goblins, but yeah, I think we go here because as soon like huge mass for pump wagon and chariot, we are going to be fighting like dwarves and empire, and for stuff like that, you want chariots. Now, are chariots easy to use? No. Am I good at using them? Also, no. These are good questions, but they're still good for it. So I'm assuming that our neighbors aren't going to let us keep on having a jolly time like this, right? But, I mean, this is great. We have... What's our native replenishment getting so good for? Our greenskins... Yeah, you don't get it either way there. Alright, so is the orc shaman? No? Alright, well, I guess we just have what I would consider incredibly solid replenishment. I mean, sure, we're in there, but still, for like the beginning of the game, pretty impressive. Alright. Enough talking about that. Well, I mean, not enough. Enough for right now.
Get your choppers, boys.
And they've got a chariot, and then that little garrison building, and a little vindictive glare. See, vindictive glare is what I always think Gaza-Mork is gonna do, right? And I don't know how to explain the difference other than vindictive glare is actually good. We're gonna encircle real quick and see if we can... Oh no, we don't have the slot for it, so yeah, we'll just keep on rolling there. But we could... Oh, goodness. Oh. Okay, I see. So this is why a squig stack works. All right. You give them all unbreakable, and then they beef up the ward save and the melee resist. Oh, that's fun. Oh, and we need to... Okay, we need to cast a bunch of the spells. Yeah, you know, I gotta read these things. You know, I gotta... All right, so we can unlock these in various ways. Ooh la la! Ain't that a thing? All right, so block and smash. You can buff your orcs with, so you could have like a black orc troll block that was getting damage resist. Oh man, how cool! How cool! Love it. And that's the greatest thing I've seen in my life. All right, so you can catch the arrows. All right, well, this is very exciting. We're just gonna keep on playing the game and trying to get these as we can. All right, well, anyway, time for the battle. Oh, this is the leader, so if we defeat him, we might be able to pull everything else in under our umbrella. Ella. But I will say what I love the most about his army. Just starting with this bolt thrower. Getting to make them come to you. It is so nice. We're gonna get into the trees here with those folk. I'm like, oh yeah, I've got like a full army now. You get one turn with the orcs to sort of chill and have a time, and then it's time to grow up. You've got a stack now. Act like it. But they're not going to be able to do anything over there. They're going to split off some of their army. It's going to take them so long to get over here. And then we're going to punch them in the face. It's going to be great. You'll see. You'll all see. Waaaagh. I'm like, you know, from up here, you know, you can't tell that this is so much lower than that you can't see over it for your spells. Alright, so now these Goblin Wolf Chariots are going to have the worst time. Because they're like moving too close in here, right? Are we going to be able to catch them? We aren't actually, so they're not having the worst time. They're having to find time. We're going to have to back away. You know, it could have worked. It didn't. We're going to cast a fireball at a goblin unit. This is not what you would call cost effective. Also, it ran into the wall, so that you wouldn't call it effective at all, I suppose. No need to bring the word cost into it. Like, we're gonna turn and cast it, and it even works! I mean, ish. The important thing, though, is we totally rolled up those chariots. You know, that's what we had to do, and we did it. We want to just give this whole flank now, and let them move in. And then we will move right back in to fight anew slightly later. It's gonna be great. We don't want to let them give us the charge here, obviously. And actually, we want to loop around there. Gonna soup up those orc boy boys there. We've got these guys here. These squigs are acting in a perplexing fashion. It's not important. I'm sure they're doing their best, but you can see how far that's getting them here. We're gonna jump on top of the Gabu archers there, and these squigs are going to support there. These squigs are going to support the best way they know how, by running into the front. These boar biggins, man, that flank would have been good if they would have tried to go into the flank. Alas, alack. And you say, that's not a Waaaagh, this is a Waaaagh. Oh, and now they're all gonna turn into a melty pile of Waaaagh. They're gonna be like, Waaaagh even happened to me. They have a terrible time with saying their T's, the orcs. I don't recommend that you joke with them about it, because they can say plenty of other letters just fine, like W and A, and especially A and A and A, and then there's a GH in there somewhere. When you hear the first part of it, you will never doubt for their abilities with eloquence again. You'll say, oh, well, I guess they've got their own turn of phrase, don't they? Waaaagh indeed. Like, technically, was the battle over? Yes. But, you know, I get quest progress, so... That one squig with all the value. I assume that's the one that flanked. Squigs are wonderful, though. Like, that's my idea of a little... Like, that's good light cavalry equivalent. They're not technically light cavalry, right? But... That anti-infantry, that armor piercing, you know, no matter what you dive on, if you get on, you know, like some armored up, like, dwarf ranged or whatever, scav and weapon teams, you know, like, it'll get on it. It's good at catching stuff that light cavalry might catch. Alright, do we... sack it? It's a lot of money. Yeah, and that was the right move too. So we sack it for the money. Now we can confederate it. And, you know, it gets us this last place, which is fine. You know, that's good. And, you know, yeah. Costs us just a little bit to upgrade that back. And, you know, so we end up netting quite a lot. Make a little bit of money there. Then we can run in here for that big replenish, and then still don't have any recruitment for ranged units because I haven't built it. We do want some more, and so some people are of the school of the Goblin era boys, some people are of the school of the Orc era boys. They do different things, right? So the thing about Orc era boys is they do have 6 AP missile damage on it. You know, it's not primary, but it's some. Goblins have like 1. So it's pretty big change. But it just depends on what you think you're going to need ranged for, right? Because at a certain point in every Orc's life, you think, couldn't we just hit them? Like, why are we trying to hit them with all these little arrows? Like, there's got to be a better way, right? And Power de Waaaagh makes you get stuff out of the pool quicker, which is okay, right? But how often are you wishing, man, I wish I had more wins from my pool right now? What you want is more in the pool, right? But maybe that's not what you want. Yeah, but probably we'll just take him to get big ideas. Because Brain Burst is, I mean, good. Yeah, might as well get it now. I do like a spell that I can use on a blob, right? That's my favorite kind. Alright, so more squigs or more... I do love squigs. 4's already kind of a lot, but so too is all of that, and more squigs would be... Like, so who are we fighting next? Who's not honoring me now? These teeth snatches. It's always 8 peaks. Alright, so yeah, Skarsnik is up here in Gorbad. Now, that's right, so, you know, good for him. I mean, it isn't, because I can just walk up and punch him in the face and take all of his stuff eventually. But when I mean good for him in a broad sense, right?
The chopper is in my hand, so I can smack.
Alright, so... with this much of a front line, like 7 units. I feel like more squigs is fine, and they're very affordable anyway. I don't think auto-resolve loves them, but that's okay, because we're not trying to auto-resolve anyway. Because we have just... Alright, so we're not even in a war right now, and that's very bad, right? You always want to be in a war. The AI dramatically punishes you for not being at war with someone. Well, I guess we can just... I'm like, just fight Parkvar? No,
That's all we need. More boys to sort.
Alright, so there's someone that's in a war that I can make like me better for their wars. Oh, we haven't met them yet.
Speak up, or I'll take your tongue. No way.
Alright, there's a nice war there against the Thief Snatches. Now, theoretically, they could, like, hop on all the way over here. I don't think they're going to do that. But... So I was thinking we can go up to the Empire immediately, but now I'm thinking, wouldn't it be better to be strong first? Alright, so we march first. This is his. March down there. All we really lose from doing this is 1 turn of recruitment. It's like Savage, Orc, Great Shaman. Have I ever seen one of those? Is that new? I don't think I've ever used one. I, in general, always go for the Night Goblins because they can get spiders eventually. And I think you guys know my policy on giant spiders. I'm for them. Like, I am for them. I think they are the coolest thing. We can get an Ogre Merc. Okay. Actually, a nice monstrous unit. You know, like a troll that isn't a troll. Little. I mean, yeah, sure. We can get Orc Boy Spears with 30% more missile block chance. You can give them silver shields? Like, what? Well, I want to do that. Oh, and armor, too. Yes, I guess. Alright, well, we only have like 30 scrap. If we... Is the range worth it there? No, we're gonna make them big banner boys. There we go. Hooray! You know, that... What an obsequious toad The guy, the advisor, he's like the original AI thing. He's like, wow, what a good choice. I'm like, I literally did one thing. He's like, wow, you're so smart. You should totally run everything. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. I know what you're doing. I just can't stop you because you're so good at flattering me. Glorious charge for the chariot units. Oh, not for the pump wagons, though. So I guess you do get to, you know... pretty far up your tree without going too many skill points in. You know, you get to get some pretty cool stuff. Which is good, you know, because an orc campaign can be over pretty quickly. Alright, so, yeah. And then next time we'll, like, just underway over, I suppose. I'm absolutely not worried about any of the minor Greenskin factions at this point. I mean, I guess they could bring, like, a Waaaagh army, and that could be rough. But, like, I could probably... like, human my way through it. Probably. A tactic has been removed, but I earned that tactic fair and square. Alright, we'll use a different one. So the squigs will make them flammable, and then the orc boys will hurt them more. Oh, we'll just take this Erd mentality. That'll make it cheaper. Huzzah! And we're just raiding it up, and then we'll pop the mine next turn, or the turn after. Black Crag levels up. Ooh, which gives us pump wagons at level 2. Very nice. You know, we're not gonna be able to hold on to this northern front for very long. I assume the dwarves are gonna fight me, like, basically immediately. We probably should have just, like, bit the bullet and tried to fight them, but I would prefer to have, like, a little bit more punch before we go there, you know. Just a few... And you, Waaaagh, indeed. Grizz got Scut Stabba, for that is his name. Ooh, a little bit of a different army than the ones before. He's got pump wagons. He's got squig herds, but you know, so do I, and mine are taller. Yeah, I cannot wait until this fool gets on a mount. He's only got to get to like level 6, so maybe we'll get it here. Field battle, good, good. Do you remember doing his 19 squig herd doom stack with the tactic? But Carl friends with it, Goblin Boss's Lloyd. Yeah, I never heard of it, but I think I saw the ability that makes it work a little bit. Goblin bosses are amazing. They get giant spiders. I love me a giant spider. You're gonna hear me say that a lot if you listen to me talk, because it's true. Alright, can we make them come to us? These are questions. Be a lot better if we could. Looks like the answer is yes. Like, we're just trying to find... I mean, they're going to eat a downhill there, I guess, which is okay. Just trying to get our spears in good positions where the pump wagons are going to have, like, problematic engages, right? We got our Ogre Bowl's dual weapons there. Never can say no to a nice Ogre Bowl. That's what I say. Orc Biggins, we're going to keep them like right here, obviously. Just right here so they can respond to wherever they come in. Like, are they not coming towards us? Alright, how do we... Oh, we got 250 range on this. I guess they were just repositioning a little bit. I bet I can brain burst to them in. But then, is he just going to get caught because he's a slow bro? I mean, maybe. We could rescue him if that was happening. Alright, a little fireball action there. I am loath to get much closer than this. Pop on the boys here will do them nicely, though. And I'm like, yeah, they're already wanting some action there. Fireball. Hey, takes a little curve and gives them a little bit of action there. More than they had bargained for yet. Alright, no. Whoops, that was a bad misclick. Alright, the good news is that they are getting funneled in just like we planned. Herd mentality, yes, it gives you, like, when you're in the aura of other squigs, you get up to 20 melee defense and 20 ward save, as well as unbreakable, which, whenever I read it, the little dollar signs shaped like squigs in my eyes, oh, they were going overtime. Alright, we now are going to hit this squig herd with a shot. 4 boys in reserve. We're definitely going to want them in reserve because there's definitely going to be a juicy target for them to charge. We're going to love these Ogre Bowls. I think they're going to be what all of this was for. Brainbust here, Brainbust here. Oh wait, he wasn't quite close enough for that. Bad choice. All right. Instead, we will need to get back over here. Very careless. All right, so we can actually just pop in on the Wolf Riders there. Send in squigs to support for what I can only describe as a fictitious reason. You know, a reason that I thought would be a reason whenever I started talking, but then upon further reflection was nonsense. You know, one of those kinds of reasons. Little bit of a gaze, little bit of a hit, little bit of a bursted brain right there, and hey, you know, it all worked out a little bit. Now, the good news is that we have managed to engage all of those fools. Now, is that good news? You might be wondering. I'm not sure. We're going to treat it like good news right now, and then reevaluate later in the event that it's necessary to do so. These squigs have... Alright, so these boar boys would probably beat all of these guys in a fight, but the squigs have gotten in on the Stontling Pub wagons. The one thing we didn't want them on, if only I knew there were 6 of them on the battlefield and could have avoided it in some way. Flank there. Brain burst right here. Trying not to hit too many of our own troops. And managing it a little bit. And we're just going to point blank right down the pipe here. I don't know if this is smart. Look, I'm an orc. So, it looks like it worked, so, you know, I guess we can infer from that whether or not it was a good idea. Alright. Gorbad's having a party. Everything on this front is good. The squigs are engaging in combat technically. Alright, Goblin Bolt Throwers, Arrow Boys going well. Orc Boys Spears, backs to the wall, fighting against pump wagons works out well enough for them. Good. Get a collapse here. Time for another sick brain burst to where? Here? Here. Could have been a little more damage, but I didn't want to hit my own troops. Oh, Gorbad's Waaaagh. There we go. Like, we've all got Waaaghs here, sir. You call that a Waaaagh? This is a Waaaagh. Squig Herd comes back right at the edge of ruin, or the battlefield, whichever you prefer. These Snotling Pump Wagons having a time, getting charged down. You know, they're in between Orc Boy Spears and Orc Boar Boys, and that's not a happy sandwich for them. The front is going marvelously. Man, I can't wait till Gorbad can get on his pig and project a little bit of pain, though. Having just slow heroes and lords really puts you at the mercy of, you know, time, and doesn't let you exert as much battlefield agency as you would want to if you're me. Now, these Snotling Pump Wagons are engaging one group of us, but not the other group. And of course, they are anti-infantry, but that's alright. They have very low defense stats, so our low attack stats don't matter. And fundamentally, they have a low model count, and once we engage for a little while, you know, those chariots, they don't want to fight Squigs long term. They want to get a charge, and then they want to get out. But we don't let them do that. We don't let them do anything. What happened to the Cav? Oh, they're engaged over here now. That's good. It's just where I wanted them to be. You know, good job, buddies. Clean. I mean, ish. 3 squigs with over 100 kills. It just makes my heart so happy to see my little bouncy guys doing so well. They're not even buffed, really. Just a little bit. I guess we can confed them too. Yeah. Boom, baby. Hey, and we get a Black Orc Big Boss. Most excellent indeed. And Ekrund. Long ago, of course, a dwarf hold, now fallen to the banner of the orcs. If you like dwarf metal, you probably already know about Windrose, but they're like a band that does, you know, metal songs about dwarves, and they have one called Gates of Ekrund that'll just make me weep if ever I listen to it. It's so beautiful, but you know, it's, you know, just telling the story of the final defenders. Alright, so we're going to get a Boglin Big Boss, but we're not going to put him in our army, right? We are going to just move him up here, because we need to get a hero to Solund to unlock something. I read that earlier, so we're just going to go up there. The fact that people are going to know where we are, that's okay. You know, we're just going to get our battlefield agent out there. Black Orc Big Boss, I love this hero. But you already know why. AP, armor, you put him on the boar. He's a little bit quick. They don't have massive HP totals, which is too bad, and they don't have, like, regeneration. So they're not, like, the craziest of all things. But, you know, you can give them, you know, better splash attacks, huge bonus for infantry. You can give them missile block. You know, there's some cool stuff on him. And this one actually is Wayfarer, which is most excellent indeed. And we'll be getting him into this army. You want a couple of smashers in any army, right? You got to have somebody who can deal with the big bads of the enemy. And at rank 6, our Orc Shaman will get his guy, and Brain Bursta, you know, we're going to keep on pumping it, and then we'll get Big Ideas later, which is going to be very nice. You know, it's, you don't get AP out of it, but when it comes to clear and chaff, which is a thing that orcs aren't magnificent at doing, really gets it done. And because it doesn't have AP, if you have, you know, like Black Orcs or somebody, something heavily armored that is engaging with some chaff, you can just drop it right on them and not worry about it too much. Okay, so we... Alright, we got a decision to make, really.
Maybe I will.
If we... Getting access to the Savage Orc line is itself like a very big thing. Because if you just get Savage Orc, boy, biggins, say that one time fast, Savage Orc, boy, big guns. See? Simple. But you just get access to them, and then you've got... so they come with Frenzy, right? Because they're Savage Orcs, and big Fizz Resist. So then you have your AP, a little bit of anti-large. It's some. It's not a lot, but it's some. You know, Frenzied Cavalry, which Orc Boys, great, right? Orc Boy Biggins, greater. But you trade a bunch of armor for that 25 Fizz Resist, so it just depends on what you're matching up against. Although... Man, it's feels rough to not have it. But if we're not going to buy any of these goblins here, we might as well drop it right now. Here we don't get rid of the orc building because we want more orc bosses. I don't know if that's right. I think getting rid of it to build it later and replacing it with Econ is the thing to do. We don't have long, right? We do not have long. Our enemies are going to be here. Because we're out of a war again. We need another war. How about these fools?
Where's my manners? Come and die. Not doing that.
Alright, so we're just, you know, staying in a war. Gotta stay in a war. And if, in doing this, we end up sort of, like, accidentally taking care of all of the foe, that'll be pretty funny. Alright, and now we can get another plan, which, oh, alright, there we go. Can drop the Winds of Magic cost by 20%. You could get some real cheap spells that way. 20% is a lot of percent. I don't know a way to quantify it, but it's a lot. Oh, wow, okay, that's where it's at. You recruit a total of 50 Squig War for War units, and then this one makes them get this ability. Oh, it's only one use. Well, that's at least something. It gives them 32 bonus for his infantry and 75% increased damage and AP damage for over a minute. Crazy. Anyway, very exciting stuff in the future here, and we'll meet up with him and then just jump on over that away. We just need to prepare that, because if we can just keep these dwarves from fighting us for just a couple more turns, I guess okay, I know I didn't realize that it's still just turn 5. Because with Greenskin Confederation, you know, you expand so quick. Well, you can. You don't have to. I think you should. What's the alternative? You let them live for a while, build it up, and then take it from them? But what if somebody else kills them first? Because here, if we can give the more mass again to them... Oh, and this is the guy who would want them. This will be our charioteer, Waaaagh the Horrible.
Technology is the future, apparently.
And like, I don't even have any of the units. I just think I might eventually have them, and that, you know, makes me feel nice. Alright, so pump wagons. It would be really nice to have a couple. We're gonna drop a squig.
You go big, or you go away. Time to learn from the best. Hear that, lads?
Alright, so Savage Orc archers, though, are awesome. Because they... You know, Frenzy's fine, but they have that 25 Fizz resist, which allows them to match up, like, pretty well against other archers. Of course, they don't have any armor at all, but regular Orc archers only have, like, 30. So when you compare it to that, it's like, okay, that 25 Fizz resist is probably going to go pretty far. So I guess, yeah, you know, we might as well, and then... Because Savage Orc Boar Boys are, like, amazing, too. I like them better than regular Boar Boys. I mean, who wouldn't? Frenzy, 25 Fizz resist. Frenzy's so good, right? Yeah. You know, if you take Ekrund, you got to get a little bit of the Savage Orcs in. You got to do it. I don't make the rules. I don't even pretend to understand them.
The tunnels are the way. Gonna take the long walk, lads. What now?
Very, very bad replenishment. What hero gives us replen? The river troll hag. Well, we'll build one of their places here, won't we? Yeah, we can do it right there. River troll hags. I'm like, how could I forget her? I love her. She's a deathcaster, right? You know, regenerates AP. What's not to like? She got put into the game with Grom the Paunch, if memory serves, and was a well-regarded addition as far as I'm concerned. We're just going to go ahead and get Waaaagh Backstabber rolling on up to the north. Okay, so this one has snipe. So if we can find a way to hide it... Oh, it's got Vanguard deployment too. Well, then that is how you would do it, right? You could just throw it into a forest somewhere, and then, you know, I love that. We've got a little bit more scrap. Who do we throw it on to? These fools? Nope, we can't throw it onto them yet. I guess we'll just hold on to it for a second. Is that a Skaven flag I see? Just a minor bro, though, right? Yeah. Clan Verms. You don't have to worry about them. You should. Tactique removed.
This is the plan.
Yeah, and then we can just roll right in here.
That's right.
Raid, a little bit of money, plus it sends a message. Alright, these are Gobbo chariots. It's boar chariots that we want, right? We can get single turn recruitment on Savage Orcs through the global recruitment reduction, which is excellent. But I think we can just stick with what we have here rather than... Because, like, Goblin Chariots, look, the thing about skirmish chariots is that they usually are not good, and if they are good, they're good in multiplayer. Maybe war wagons are good. They are good if you're playing multiplayer. But are they actually good? These are questions. Alright, so... do we go up the Doom Diver line? I don't think so. Night Goblin Big Boss does get a Squig summon ability. That's certainly something. And the Colossal Squig is, like, objectively the coolest. Like, that's a big old boy. Are spiders more important? I guess we just go boring, take the growth, right, and then try to push up. Do we? Alright, so this one, 125. That's 16 turns to pay for itself. I don't love that. Don't love it at all. I like a 4-turn econ building. These principles don't always work, but, you know, for orcs, I think they probably will. I definitely set myself up for a little bit of failure in Total War 3 Kingdoms by not wanting to build higher-level economy buildings because I didn't understand how all the interplay there worked. What a lovely game, by the way. If you're a Total War fan and you didn't give 3 Kingdoms a try yet, you might do it. Oh. Alright, Thorgrim, go off. Alright, so Queek Headtaker is taking out the Crooked Fangs here. I'm pretty sure... Alright, so that's going to be the last one for him. We just need to get home real quick, like.
Nobody's tired till I say so.
We're just going to avoid trespassing, just to be polite, not like... Also, because we want to end up in a place where we get a little bit of regen. But this isn't too bad, right? We're just a few inches away. And Thorgrim, I mean, who knows how it'll go? Not me. We could get another army real quick. Alright, what are we thinking? Frenzy on the guy? I mean, could be. Go Night Goblin. Got Loon's Fermented Fungi, Spider the Bad Moon. But if we need someone to, like, pop... Problems here. Vindictive Glare won't do it. Get pump wagons here. That'll give them, you know, we'll be able to get, in fine shape, I guess, before Gorbad gets here, because it'll take a couple of turns for him to make any headway, and then at least we'll have that reinforcing army. And as the saying goes, quantity is a quality all its own. And that means it doesn't matter how bad you are at fighting if you've got enough stuff. I don't think there's a point in engaging here. That gyro bomber potentially is going to be a big problem for us to deal with. Man, you know, I don't think our army's going to get anything done here. We could do it in fast forward, like, because, like, what are we going to try to do? Get the gyro bombers with goblin archers? Eh. We'll just save the time, let them have it, and run to it. And it looks like Skarsnik confederated 8 peaks up. Good for him. A lot of squigs will do very well against the foe, and then we'll just start filling up on some gobos, I suppose. And then we can get some trolls next turn. We're gonna go up here and see if we can, like, pop the Master NG or something. We want to push like a man-eater, like an expensive old man-eater. Because I can just go down and burn down Karaz-a-Karak if he moves in this way. Oh, there he is. All right. And he gets, through passive experience, exactly what he needs. His mount, which is going to help us out so much here. Stabber is going to try to murk this Master Engineer, and it fails. Well, you know, it was worth a try. I guess we go here, go to ambush. Because where can he go from there? He could go up to Waaaagh. But if we do this, can he intercept us from this? I don't think so. He might be able to. If he does, that'll be very bad. Alright, he can do it. Well, now we know. Well, we're gonna have to do the fight, so we don't just throw the whole army away. Well, that's bad. We have literally nothing to fight the gyro bomber. Alright, well, now, you know, this is the sort of thing that you should know if you've played, like, you know, 2,000 hours across the series. But yeah, they totally can intercept you. And they did. And then the gyro bomber is just gonna, like... just run over top of us trying to figure out what it wants to do. Good. Smart. I'm like, we can gaze it down? We can't. It barely does any damage. It's not a vindictive glare, right? Really, we're just trying to get anything productive out of this. Now, he doesn't have that much ranged damage protection, which is good. He does have these gyro bombers, which we, you know, literally can't do anything to. I think even if we used all of our Winds of Magic, we wouldn't do anything against him. Like, this dude is doing so good in this fight against us. But all we gotta do is something here. Like, not throw away units like that, ideally, but... you know, we've played this very poorly indeed. But, you know, I wasn't expecting to run into battle with this army, so maybe we'll be able to get something done. I mean, relatively doubtful, right? But... could happen. Because really, whatever losses we do here, that's losses that we are inflicting for the next army. All part of the plan, right? All part of the plan. However, we're doing all this HP damage, but if we don't secure some kills here, then it's gonna basically all be for naught. Because, you know, it looks like they're beat up, but that's just 10 Quarrelers gone. Which will not be enough. Very poor performance indeed. Definitely could have done that better. But hopefully that Brain Bursto will kill some guys. It doesn't. So that's the thing about HP damage. It doesn't matter. All that HP comes back. The gyro bombers continue to not shoot like anything. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, that's all that she wrote there. Very poor performance indeed. You know, that's what you get. Oh, man. That's what you get. But if you ever feel too cold in the winter in your room, just lose a battle. It'll heat you up in no time. That's my recommendation. Alright, so the good news is that at the very least we did chip damage to some of their stuff, and they're not in a position to replenish it. So, you know, great. And if he walks into me, you know, good. We did 100 damage to the engineer. Great. We don't really have a lot of stuff that's good at dealing with these problems, but if we just beat his army here, he won't be able to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. It's only turn 10, so a lot of those AI cheats haven't had time to really dig in, right? So we'll see where we can go. Okay, so he's jumped us, but our army will get to reinforce, so it says we're going to lose. I bet we'll be okay. A minute and 50 seconds until the army shows up, but, I mean, this army does have a couple of goblins, so, alright, and then the other army is going to reinforce from that flank. Well, we'll see how it goes. Because as soon as this army gets here, then we're going to have a really nice position here. You know, they're going to be... Maybe we should have put some of our guys over there, but... Because if the gyro just comes out again, we've got, what, 1 minute till they come out. We don't want to get them too close to where our reinforcements are. So we do have some... battlefield agency to exert. And if we could just keep this as this whole flank, right? Get them to use some of their abilities, blasting charges. That's a lot of blasting charges, you know. But if we get them to do it there, then might be able to get something out of it. Certainly they're not going to love that they spent this whole minute and a half, you know, trying to envelop from that side. It's not going to get them anywhere. Oh, Thorgrim, you've fallen victim to one of the classic blunders. The most well-known of which, of course, is never get involved with the land war against Greenskins, but the second, only slightly less well-known, is this. Oh, look at the ugly water. Oh, he's got his little mobility crew running through it for him. And they are in the worst spot here. I mean, look at that. Just warms the heart, don't it? Big boss onto Thorgrim. This guy onto Thorgrim. We need the biggins onto Thorgrim. Alright, the good news is Gyro Bomber's getting dealt with. The bad news is... bad news is fine. Bad news is we let our whole reinforcement spend a whole lot of its agency going on that side. The good news is that our character squad is beating the brakes off of the High King. Man, oh man, are they ever getting it done. Doing just what needs to be done. Diving onto the Quarrelers there. Feels good. Looks like the gyros are mostly dealt with, which means we'll just get these fellows onto them. Biggin's pushing this fellow off here. Hammerers, Grudge Settlers. We have to get these guys on there. We need to get this crew away from him. Alright, how do we deal with those? They're heavily armored, so this won't help. Alright, we got both of those units now there that can push in on that front. We've got way too much clogged up here. Alright, we're still firing at the gyro bomber there. Here, all of the ranged, absolutely all of it on the hammer Grudge Settlers. What we can do here is what? Charge in here? The Waaaagh, that's what we can do. And these Quarrelers getting totally caught out. Be able to meet in the middle on that side. Gorbad getting, oh, so tuned up. Oh my goodness, he's... Alright, can we just push through this side of the Hammerers? There we go. That was what we needed. Just a nuke down the side and then a fireball. Man, Gorbad is getting murdered. Get out of there, Muddy. Get out of there. You got so much to live for. Oh, speaking of so much to live for. The big boss is dying. Just straight dying. Oh boy, oh boy. But the Hammerers have broken. We need to get Gorbad back here on these great weapons. We're going to keep all the ranged on those Hammerer Grudge Settlers. We've got to just, like, if they come back, like, it's over, right? This Black Orc Big Boss is probably going to straight die. That's just what it is, right? What are you going to do? Orc Boar Boys have been basically unengaged over here. That's very bad. The High King, alright, maybe this orc boss is gonna get out alive, so that's good. This blob on them, this blob over here, man, oh man. We buff that unit, because why not? Alright, this big boss, we're just going to wait here. We're not going to try to get him engaged anymore there, right? Hey, and Gorbad has slain the High King, baby! And importantly, we do have a lot of high mobility stuff. We're going to try to crunch this whole army, right? On the runaway. We're going to try to pop every single bit of it. But we've already gotten really, really important pieces of it gone. Because with that Grudge Settler gone, with the Gyro Bombers taken care of, you know, they'll be able to get a bunch more, you know, great weapon warriors before too long, but maybe not before I show back up at Karaz-a-Karak and burn it down, right? Maybe. Of course, if we might get enough out of this to call a Waaaagh, that would be the ideal. We're definitely going to go for a kill on this engineer. Man, has he ever been a thorn in the old side. Hey, Justine, how are you? All right. These Longbeards, grudge settlers, there are 24 of them, and they are not dying. But, all right, there we go. The old space heater computer working again, you know, even in the winter. It's a toasty way to make the room. Of course, now I close the door more, so keeps the heat in. You know, would we have done it without the garrison? Maybe not. You know, they were pretty crucial, but we absolutely smashed the army. But don't eliminate it, and they do get back over there. That's so obnoxious.
It is time, my lord.
Ah, but we do have the Waaaagh. Huzzah!
Yeah.
Gorbad, Ironclaw.
The living green tidal wave of destruction crests.
Alright, so we actually won't get a good trophy at all, because they're so weak.
Choose your mark, and a trophy shall await you in their capital.
But we're doing it anyway.
Claim once it is raised or occupied.
We got 20 turns to burn it down, and right now, of course, we are calling the Waaaagh, so we've got 5 units there, but in a couple of turns we'll have more, and then we'll move in there, give them the business.
Get ready. Tell the boys. Them snotlings is tired. Wanna join the tribe?
Alright, so importantly now we have access to trolls. And a couple of troll units will do very well indeed against
The war boss. You hear? That's right. Whoa.
the stunties.
What now?
Boom, there we go. And now he gets that 30% replenishment for him personally after the battle. So now he'll be, you know, in fighting shape again. Evasion there. This guy will get a boar before too long if he lives. Oh wow, okay, that's pretty nice. The more kills they get, the more accuracy they get. But can't afford to get it in because of reasons. Alright, so what we can do though is just equip this one. Saves us a little bit.
This is
Yeah.
the plan. I, the supreme war boss.
Alright, so there's that turn. He just... Or maybe this is like a whole second army that he just spun up and bounced over there. Because... Well, no, the... Yeah, because where would the runesmith have come from, right? But... You know, so if he tries to recruit there, one turn we're already on him.
Here we go.
We do have some more scrappa. Like, I don't think we want to use it yet, right? Because, I mean, here. Reload time reduction, I mean, why not? They've just taken Karak, which is super annoying. But we can get to level 3 there, which will be nice. We go ahead, take the pile of shiny stuff there. Get here to level 2. And we are taking a Waaaagh against, you know, a pretty weak one. But, look. We're just doing it because they're who's fighting us, right? Not because they're weak, but because that's where we want to go. Taking out Karaz-a-Karak in the early game is good because, of course, dwarves are the coolest of factions, but they don't make great neighbors to their ancestral enemies, right? It's like a whole thing. They're never going to love you. You declare war, I mean, I didn't even do anything to him, you know? I'm just fighting greenskins. You'd think he would like that. More techs, and then we'll get Talisman and Preservation. Oh, can we not get there in time? Well, that's too bad. Well, they're going to be able to recruit, you know... a lot, but we're gonna go ahead and burn an 8 up here. And hey, you know, the Waaaagh gradually builds more, and that'll be, you know, good for me too. We're just gonna go ahead and power up the Waaaagh. And he got his Warboar, because you only got to get to level 4. Level 4 to get the Warboar. And that is all that you have to do. Now we could... Are they going to come out and fight me? That's one question. Because if they are, then maybe we'll chill. And if not, then maybe we get a couple Savage Orc Boar Boys. Do we need a regular boar boy? We don't. I think actually, though... Just getting another cavalry, just another straight awesome cavalry. Expensive though, isn't it? Well, why not another archer? Because they actually are quite archer weak, right? So if we get some range, that will pay off in its dividends. We're going to try to murk this guy. He fails again. You know, he's doing his best. We're gonna keep on trying to make him worth his money. We come in here, fight him, and then I think you can underway like right over here. The Karaz-a-Karak garrison is going to be like kind of significant, but as the Waaaagh builds, you'll get, you know, 20 guys in your army, in the Waaaagh army, and then it makes it a little bit easier of a proposition. You know, you just bash the gate down with something, and then, you know, move all your guys in, anxiously await whatever happens, and then complain if you don't win. You know, easy peasy. You know the drill.
Any more squeaking?
And we get more mass for the pigs. Fail to assassinate again. Well, you know, do what you gotta do.
Leading the greatest. Championship.
And they still don't have any ranged, though, at all, which is very nice indeed. You know, they've got 4 units of blasting charges, and that's it. So we're going to be able to have a good time. We're going to be able to run around and hit them with a boar, you know, cast some fireballs at them. It's going to be great. You'll see. Are we going to give the Waaaagh AI control? Yeah. So no Gorbad is going to get like half of his whole HP bar after the battle, after the turn. So, wow, what a lot of dwarves, though. Man, oh man, oh man, what a lot of dwarves. That's a lot of armor. That's a lot of threats. But, you know, we got threats of our own. And the trolls backing up the infantry, that's where the difference is going to get made, right? And the squig flanks that we're totally not going to botch, you'll see. That's where the difference is going to be made. But, you know, I'm happy to just shoot at them for a while. And the shaman has plenty of fun for the foe. And when our Waaaagh shows up, you know, we'll have plenty more units on the battlefield. What we're going to do here is just, like, get up in their face because they can't do anything about it. And then just start trying to figure out who we want to hit, right? I think it's really just going to be like any great weapon unit, right? Oh yeah, fireball! That was a good one. We're going to get a downhill gaze now. Which does some decent work. We don't have nearly enough infantry on this side, but the Waaaagh reinforcement's going to show up soon. We just need to pop in here before these blasting charges get out of control. And there we go. Running right through. Feels good. Another fireball there, feels good. These fellas trying to charge in there. We just need to get all of our ducks in one beautiful row here. Charge to the Ekrund miners. They've got 3 units of blasting charges. It's more important to get them than all the other blasting charges. What we want to do here is just start firing... Oh, the Rune Lord is going right for the trolls. That is a very bad choice for them. We're going to let them do it. You know, go nuts, buddy. These minor blasting charges are embroiled in melee combat, which is perfection for us. These orc boys are in a lot of trouble. The Waaaagh is hanging out in the back. You know, we gave them operational control, and it looks like we should have kept it for ourselves, right? But hey. Trolls beating down the Rune Lord. Orc Arrow boys having a time. Everything is coming up Millhouse here. Brainburster right here, which is actually going to hit a lot of our own troops, I think. But it'll hit theirs as well. Oh, you know, they're coming to us. They just, you know, it takes them a while. All right, we need to get over here. All right, where? Oh, one of the trolls broke? Why? I say I have no idea what they were dealing with. It could have been really rough. Like, you should have enjoyed yourselves. I think we're gonna get them in there. We're just gonna bring the trolls in on this side. No, right here into the center flank there. This runesmith, what's he doing? Fighting ranged guys. That seems like we're doing a bad target selection there. Ogre bulls having a party still. The Waaaagh getting here so late. But I mean, if I wanted to really be smart, we would have what? We would have controlled the Waaaagh and deployed further to the rear. You know, I wanted to brawl. But the, you know, the ranged units availing themselves well. I mean, doing some damage. The thing about this dwarf army, though, is there's not a lot of damage to go around because it's so miner heavy and dwarf warrior heavy that although they're amazing units, you know, they don't cost that much gold, so you don't get that much value for popping them. But the good news here is that we are in our zone where we can recruit more boys to replace these very, very battered ones. And of course, the Waaaagh is in great shape.
Yes, boss.
Gorbad, I am What do you need then?
Like, so we just pay the premium, get the front line back. No way around it. Do we get, like, another troll? If so, at the expense of what? Like, drop a squig for it? I don't hate the idea of another troll.
That's right. Here we go.
And he'll be at lightning strike pretty soon, which of course would take off your handy-dandy Waaaagh, but they're not always going to be there, and sometimes you would prefer to not have them there, you know, if you want to fight, like, some people that are off of, you know, whatever thing. Alright, so we'll have one turn of replenishment here, and then we're going to pop in over to the other side, take probably Grungi, because they're going to be rebuilding, like, immediately, but that doesn't mean that we aren't going to be able to get something done. Just hold on to all of that. I'm like, we could get another army, but is it worth it? Probably not. I think we go for Oglock.
Technology is the future, apparently.
Technology's the future, apparently. What a wise thing to say, old chap. Because we assume he's going to get an army right away, right? But it won't be like, oh, come on, Queek, come on. Well, you know. Looks like Skaven are going to come for us, too. What are you going to do, right? We go like here. And go to ambush. Maybe we can convince them to come across the mountain at me. And if not, then we'll just bounce over there and start getting at their stuff. Oh, we really, really should have gotten this. Oh, wow, okay. Mushroom Addictive, 15% cheaper upkeep. That's nice. We really should have gotten the troll last turn so that we could have embedded him in the turn before. That's really rough, actually. We're going to go ahead and get the thing. It's probably going to be a little while till it shows up. That's 15 leadership. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. I love river troll hags. You know, if your wizards aren't highly mobile, I like them to have AP and regeneration. You know. All right, so they both went into March stance about it. Very curious. Okay, so they bit the bait. This was the guy that was over here, and he marched this way. And this was the guy that was over there, and he marched that way. We go, like, right here. We might be able to get them to fight us in between everything. And the Waaaagh is 17 units strong now, so no slouch at all. Yeah, I think we go here, and then just let them decide what they want to do about it. Because they fight us out here, right? We just want this big army to not be at Karaz-a-Karak. And it looks like we've achieved that, so good for us. Wait, we can get giants at tier 3? Man, shows what I know. And we need to get stone trolls, because, you know, they're trollier than regular trolls. More punchy damage, higher armor, you know, what's not to like? Alright, well, we're gonna get jumped. Maybe. He might not choose to attack us. In the event that he just, like, reinforces Pyro's recruiting or something, we will probably just go straight for Karaz-a-Karak and take it on with our Waaaagh army, because, you know, he's got 7 in there right now in his army. He won't be able to recruit anything besides maybe, like, grudge bearers or whatever in there, so... And this guy's blocked. Alternately, they'll move in and we'll get, like, a 3-pronged attack here with Pillars of Grungi, spend, like, a turn or 2 recovering, and then go up there. We'll see. Oh, and... Oh, because of the ogre camps. This guy is destroying all our public orders, so we're about to lose Ekrund. Because I'm not, like, good enough at the game to actually defend against rebellions. Whenever I get a rebellion, what I do is either quit or just pretend that that land doesn't even exist. I'm like, alright, yeah, whatever. And it looks like Queek's gonna come up here anyway, so, you know, it's fine. Look, you can take away all the enjoyment of the game by paying attention to it, right? It doesn't matter what happens over there. Forget about it. Burundan goes there. This dude is somewhere. Hey, and we successfully assassinate the dude. Hooray me. Oh, right. Sack doesn't do it. What do you... How do you win a wall? Raise it or occupy it. Oh, well. Huzzah! Alright, so we successfully complete the wall. Oh, you have to occupy it once in, or you raise it. Oh, that's right. Well, I guess we just have to hold on to it for 15 more turns. You're supposed to burn it down. You are supposed to burn it down, and we didn't do that. Ugh. Now, you know, maybe I should only play Total War for like an hour and a half and then quit the campaign. Because all this stuff that happens, like, I hate this. I hate when your enemy, like, attacks you somewhere where you aren't. Like, I only want to play with one army and do my thing, which is why, you know, I like Horde campaigns and stuff. You could play Greenskin Horde campaigns-ish. They're not actually as good at it as a lot of factions are, though. But I do guess you get like a massive garrison having it. You do have like 15, including a Black Orc. So it's like a proper immense garrison that you get for having Karaz-a-Karak.
I have no time for this.
Destroyer of empires.
Gorb wants me. Orcs will.
Alright, so here, like, what do we even do at tier 3? Do nothing? So we upgrade there. Yeah, just build nothing? Now I need one of these because we need a better spider building eventually. Guess we could build walls, but... See, the thing is that Queek is just going to come up here and take all my stuff, and then I'm either going to quit the game or just go somewhere else.
What now?
I don't enjoy defending. I don't. It's not fun for me. It's only fun if I can do it right, and I'm bad.
Need a new plan. Maybe I will.
Do I do that? Maybe not, because, well, it's 4 there, so it's going to be like a million turns to get it up. Yeah, we might as well take growth. Not like it'll matter. We'll probably quit before there's any fruition there. We get lightning strike, not that it matters. Man, I'm really feeling existential about this campaign already. But that's what happens when you get declared onto very, very far-flung sides of things. And plus, like, I just don't... The thing about me playing Total War is I don't even like having more than one army. I don't even enjoy it. I just want my one thing. You know, I should have played Grom. I should have played Grom. But, you know, I bought this DLC and I hadn't played it yet. It's fine. I think Grom's more fun. Because you get to play Grom, who regenerates. Because my idea of a great Grom came in. With Grom, you don't have to defend. You just ball, you know? You just go. You just go in a direction.
Here we go. Kill them all.
And here we lightning strike him off. This guy, did he end up with the gyro bomber? Well, you know, he doesn't have it anymore.
Punch inside, boy.
And we get to the Helm of Draesca. Well, you know, I'm gonna put it on.
Warboss.
Is this stupid? Yes. Will it make him wounded for, like, ever if it goes badly? Yes. Could it theoretically work? Yeah. Yeah, it could.
Bold for war. Grab anything good.
I'll stop them.
Enough. Invasion's done proper.
But I guess we should probably just attack it right now. Army's beat up, but we've got the Waaaagh, so... And then that wall, that's a bunch of junk, right? It's gonna serve us well. Although it is very orky to go on like a massive warpath and then you come home and you like everything's gone. You know, like you're like, oh, I didn't think to you know, protect my investments. I mean, of course you didn't. You're an orc, you know. Of course you didn't. Because we don't actually have very much infantry, right? Just this much infantry. But they don't have anything except a ton of everything. They do have bolt throwers, but they're all the way in the back. They've got 340 range. They outrange ours slightly. We're just gonna start. I bet they'll come to us. Because once the Waaaagh gets here, you know, we're gonna have a ton of guys, and they'll probably just come across at us when they do get here. And if not, then we will deal with it when they arrive. And these two, can they just like... Oh, there's a bolt thrower right there. Well, that's not ideal for us, right? But can they just make their way through here freely? I don't think so, right? Because Gorbad doesn't have... He's got Glorious Charge, but he doesn't have Strider. Skrag Troll Leader does, but... This fireball, I think, is going to hit, like, all of this stuff here. Show me the money. Show me the money. Alright, well, it actually just hits some of the stuff here. Could have been better. Alright, they're coming across now. Gonna get a gaze right here. And a burst to there. There's like a bunch of units there in that block, and we hit them. Good, good, good. Our crushers out of the corner there. Be very nice. What can we get here? Right here? Yes. It's a very fast wind-up on the spell. It doesn't give them really any time to avoid getting hit by it. A lot of nice softening up being done here. Of course, okay, so the wizard's been eating a lot of bolts, but you know, he'll get over it. He will get over it. We want to gaze. No, we want to gaze the big guy, don't we? Yeah. Alright, and now lines are clashing with the Waaaagh here. We need to get the hitters on to the big guy. We're just gonna Yeah, why not take out the arty, right? Why not? But our whole army should be getting engaged right there. And wow, Thorgrim did something. Fiery something. We need to get them on there. I mean, the Orc Biggins will do something on him, but he's... Oh, the blasting charges is what happened. It was blasting charges. But the good news is that the bolt throwers have been doven upon. They have been divin, and we're gonna get something out of there. Oh, ogre bolts. We should have the monsters fighting, right? Because they are breaking through the center now, which is not ideal. Pump up those orc boys, and now time for the Waaaagh. The boss has a plan, and that Waaaagh is getting a lot of damage down in them. We've got flanking arrows here, we've got flanking arrows here and here. Orc boys onto the quarrelers. Looks like the bolt throwers fought off the lava spider riders eventually. You know, what are you gonna do? Man, the armor on these fools. Gorbad Ironclaw has dumpstered the High King again. And of course, with our dramatically higher unit count, it was a bit of a foregone conclusion for them. But hey, the Thane still wants to brawl. We'll give him the honor of it. And we tune them up very nicely. And, you know, that's what a Waaaagh is all about. Dramatically overpowering your foe. Which we need, because our army is bad. You know, it doesn't do anything. But we get the defeat trait for Thorgrim.
Yes, boss.
Huzzah! River Troll Hag indeed. Like, if we want any Savage Orcs, we have to get them, like, right now, because they're about to be removed from our recruitment pool permanently, because, well, the Rebellion's going to do it, or Queek's going to do it. We can't do anything about either of them, right? I'm just, like, totally powerless in the face of Rebellions. But, you know, that's why I like to give up. That's why it's my favorite thing in the world.
Smashing is what you be doing. Wanna join the tribe? Prove it. You've joined Ironclaws. That's some big shoes.
I mean, it's something. You know, we keep running with, like, tier 1 infantry, And I'm wondering why our armies are bad. It's because I'm unwilling to do what I have to do to get anybody better. But, like, how much better are Biggins than boys with spears? I mean, some. We need a Blackworks, which I can't get. Which I can't get because I haven't built the building here. Well, over the next few turns, we're going to lose all of this stuff, which hopefully won't matter too much. I don't know. We'll see. So we can pop Mount Squighorn next turn. And that's the last of Karaz-a-Karak, which is, I mean, look, getting rid of Karaz-a-Karak is very awesome. They only get stronger the longer they go. Plus, they're our ancestral enemies. You know, they don't make good neighbors. They do if you're like a vampire or a human, but not for a Greenskin. You can't really bribe them enough. No, you might be able to, but obviously he like picked a fight with me, so what are you gonna do? We get a Talisman of Preservation and a Lodestone. Good, good, good.
Invasion's done proper. Suppose so.
A little bit of barrier there, won't hurt him none.
Warboss of the Ironclaw tribe. Attack! Yes!
And that was a bunch of damage there, so, or a bunch of money there for the Occupy, so very good. This dude can get armored up even heavier. You know, they start at a lot of armor. 170, though. Good number. Hey, Kiara. How are you? Don't look him in the eye. To great green, because we want that eventually, because that, yeah, he sits still and then buffs everybody up. Birthday was 2 days ago. Well, happy birthday. Oh, they... Wait, really? Just got like this whole tree. This didn't used to be here. That is awesome. So tons more breathing. Effect range on the aura and immune to contact. Heals better. 50% healing thing. Yeah, awesome. Man, takes one of my favorite heroes and makes him even better. Because, you know, you got... I mean, she's a Deathcaster. You know, you get Purple Sun, Fate of Buna. Gotta love it. Mither in the yellow tree, which Mither is like a slow... give it time, Kira. You'll get older before you know it. And then one day you'll be like trying to jump up out of bed, and then you'll go, oh, my knee, what did I do? And you know, you just gotta treasure every part of life, right? Alright, so... Well, that's good. It's not as good as it could be because we have to hold on to it for 12 more turns. If you just burn it down, you complete the Waaaagh and you get your rewards, right? So, poor choice from us there. Also, speaking of poor choices, we've got a little bit of money, but we're about to lose our capital here, and then we're probably going to quit the game. So, you know, that's... That'll be the whole thing. I can't, So a couple of reasons why I'm bad at Total War. I hate defending, and I hate losing my land. And you might think, well, shouldn't you, like, get better at the game if you want to get upset? Well, you should. This gives all spear infantry melee damage reflection and physical resist. It's pretty nice. We'll wait a bit to put it on.
more squeaking?
Yeah, so he's besieging us now, and then I'll take it in a couple of turns, and then we'll give up? Question mark? I mean, maybe. I guess that guy lost somehow? Weird. Well, anyway, and that's how a campaign ends. You show up and they've taken your capital, and then you give up. But the first and the middle part are incredible, and that is why there's like only a few factions I can have a good time playing. If they start like this, like I'm not smart enough to play right, you know? Like I can't conceptualize what I need to do. Because on turn 6, if you have Queek and Karaz-a-Karak, and then, like, Skarbrand underneath them, like, I literally don't know what you're supposed to do to stop this from happening. I just don't know. Because, like... Okay, so I do this, Karaz-a-Karak attacks me. We go up there, and then, you know, you move your only good army, because you can only afford one army up here, and then... I mean, I guess I just had too much land, right? All this confederation was bad because you don't need land. You need no land, and then whenever they take your capital, you just quit? See, I don't know. I literally don't know how you're supposed to play the game. 2,000 hours, and I'm so bad. You know, but what you're supposed to do is give up whenever this happens. You know, because, yeah, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. Because you're gonna take the capital next turn, and then it'll take like 15 turns to put it back together again. Because, like, if he hadn't done this and hadn't attacked me, I could be doing something productive right now. Like, going up. But instead, we spend, I don't know how many turns, 10 or 15 or 20 or 30, just trying to recover from them attacking me. Which doesn't sound like a fulfilling time.
Technology is the future, apparently.
Giant exploding spores. Got it. Just what it sounds like. Aha, we have blocked his army. Good, you know, sure.
What you want? More forbids me. I serve.
What now? That's the plan.
Alright, so we can't catch him, which is super annoying, but maybe
What do you need?
we can stop him from getting away? I don't know, probably not.
Mork says what? Boss?
I guess we could just live at Karaz-a-Karak now. We don't need a real capital. It's much easier to defend, right? Because there's about 1,000 less ways in than Black Crag, where you can come in from literally everywhere. And of course, all your enemies can tunnel under the mountains, so the fact that there's a mountain there, pretty much irrelevant. Queek makes it up there, but now he'll be there so we can catch him. He won't be able to run away because we know he'll be inside. We're going to try to murk this guy. It doesn't work. Oh, we can't even get up there. Great. Oh, and then he retreats. Great. Anyway, and then we give up. This is why this phase of the game is miserable, right? Because how many turns have we spent now just trying to engage one army? 5? While they're carving us up. Like, that was right behind our back, and somehow he did it, even though we're literally right there. Anyway. And that is how the AI beats you. Not on the field of battle, just like by doing things with movement that you think should be reserved for a human. Because, like, I literally don't know how you're supposed to do anything right now, right? Like, they're faster than you. Whatever. I guess we just keep chasing him. It sounds stupid when I say it. It is dumb. But, like, what do? Just let him go? Just let him go burn down everything? You just keep chasing him and don't get anything out of it? It sounds stupid, but I guess that's what we're going to do. It is stupid. I should be more precise. It is stupid. It doesn't just sound dumb. What I'm doing is objectively incredibly stupid. I just don't know what else to do. Like, again, I could just quit. I could give up. But without giving up, chasing him and not catching him is the only other thing I can think of. This is a really long time to not get anything done in Total War. A really long time. On the upside, we get an incredibly good item, the other Trickster Shard. It's a very, very good item. It removes, like, immunities and resistances of your opponent. Not entirely, but often. Alright, so at least we did that. And Queek's up here, and probably is going to go and take Karaz-a-Karak before this wall finishes. Probably.
You're the boss.
So obnoxious. Anyway, and this is how you get carved apart. You know, the Skaven, very intelligently, are, you know, acting like a person would, and I can't catch them.
Destroyer of empires. What you want?
And Skrag attacks us. Oh, Skrag attacks us. Okay. Well, this is really bad, isn't it? So... yeah, it's real bad. I mean, so we take the auto, if we take the auto. I mean, you might as well do the fight because I'm about to quit this campaign. So there's no point in not doing it because I mean, the campaign's over, right? It was fun. I would have had more fun the whole time if I assumed I was going to lose on turn 20 rather than playing any longer. But there doesn't seem to be a point in playing, so we'll just do a battle. That'll be fun. Battles are fun. That's why we play. Right? They call this a coping mechanism. Because the Skaven are much, much better at Total War than I am. And that makes it pointless. Of course, the Ogres are better at Total War than me too. Which is what we're going to experience here. Because we don't have anything good against Ogres. Not really. Got like some spears. It's not going to be enough. I'm telling you that right now. We're going to get rolled up very badly. Moblars have spears, but they're not anti-large. Oh, well, that was a pretty good fireball. Oh, there's a bunch of invisible stuff in the trees that's gonna kill me. Smart. The good news is the big boss gets out. Get some big damage there and there. Come up here, get some damage on the Ogre Bulls. All right, they weren't on run mode for whatever reason. Great. All right, so can we get a pick on Skrag in the center here? I don't think so. And that fireball, what? Oh, the crater's raised, and we learned that. And this hunter's in the back. Can we pop him at all? Alright, they're really trying a lot on that flank. And then all their reinforcements are coming out of the trees now. Alright, we need to do something here in the center. Because I think we're just gonna get crumbled very badly in the event that we don't. A pick on the big guy himself would do it. Alright, front is crumbling. We got... Ogres have flying units? Oh, the blood vultures, that's right. Alright, Skrag getting beat down in the worst way. Hate that for him, honestly. Alright, the Waaaagh is active. Now, the thing about Skrag, though, is he's going to come back, and he's probably got healing... And I can't chase him down because that would be inconvenient, which feels pretty bad indeed. Oh, geez. Okay, so the wizard is caught out. Goblins doing wonderfully. All these goblin archers availing themselves very nicely. Of course, these ogre bulls on the flank, you know, it won't take much for them to totally eliminate whatever advantage we've been able to get so far here. Okay, a spirit leech onto the big guy. Skrag dragging along his little gobos there. We just need to pump him a couple more times. All right, 149 HP. Hit him once again. There we go. Now he's toast. Got the Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw over here. All right, so they are definitely making a lot of headway on this front. We need to... No, we got to keep the big ones in there. We're just going to get these ogres over that way. Need to just, you know, if we can keep the center, there we go. The Waaaagh is active once more. If we can keep the center, then we can keep this very large units of Gobbo archers pumping in the damage, doing what they gotta do. That Sabertusk pack getting murked, and here it looks like we'll be coming together pretty nicely here for the end of the battle. And of course, that is why you gotta leave home with twice as many units, otherwise you'll never make it. Alright, well, I thought it was over. It's definitely not over. Okay. Like, what do they have that isn't broken? Like, what are they running that's unbreakable? I don't... Okay, there we go. Nice little battle there, and that is why you always have to drag around an army of another 20 units, or you can't win, if you're me. I'm so bad at this game. Of course, like, a goblin Waaaagh with spears and a bunch of missiles is, you know, fine against ogres, actually. We get the Helm of Discord out of it, so that's at least pretty nice. And we get Skrag the Slaughterer, which, well, you know, it gives you a miscast, which is okay, I guess. And Ekron's just gonna fall before too long. Nothing we can do about that. But yeah, you know, great. Sure, everything's fine. What a way to run a country. Alright, we can get Heroic Killing Blow, Boss of the Field. Oh yeah, we'll go with Heroic Killing Blow. Like, are we finally going to catch him? No, he disappeared again.
What do you need then? Don't test me.
Alright, so he's gonna run away into Dwarven lands where they'll protect him? That's super obnoxious. I've been chasing Queek for 10 turns, and I can't catch him.
That's the plan.
What? Oh, you gotta go here, because even though you can't see that it's there, it still controls your movement.
Maybe I will. Lorboss of the Ironclaw tribe. There be some changes round here. Bold for war.
Alright. Well, this was actually a ton of fun. All of me, like, complaining for the last 12 turns aside. You know, not every campaign has to be a victory, and this one's a total loss. But, you know, we end the glorious Waaaagh, and all the stuff they give us is bad. Lava Spider Riders, they're fine. Like, I actually kind of like them, right? They're a good unit. They have Strider. You have AP missiles and AP weapon attacks. All of that's fine. But the Feral Wyvern's bad, right? We all know that. They're just bad. You know, because they go into rage, they get hurt, and then, you know, it doesn't do them any favors. Super Squigs, which just blow up. Armored Squig Hoppers, which are awesome, right? You know, they're the Squigs. You know, you got your stuff, but, you know, I guess it doesn't matter.
Well done, my lord.
Yeah, we complete the wall. Yeah, go me.
And claimed your trophy. Not only do
We still, yeah, we're never ever gonna catch him ever.
What now?
See, the good unit is the Lava Ragnarok Spider. That's the one that the whole thing is about. Every other unit that you get here is bad. They're not actually bad, they're just not amazing like the spider is. But, I guess let's quit.
The tunnels are the way.
Like, I would, yeah, because, yeah, we're never going to catch Queek, ever. And it straight up makes me want to scream. Like, the way that I feel trying to chase down anything in this game that can evade you is so powerfully obnoxious. Alright, and Gorbad Ironclaw gets popped by something. Oh, by the Helm of Draesca, that's right. Well, what a good time to quit. But anyway, you know, we are never going to catch the Skaven. We have lost the game. And that's that. Alright, so Gorbad, he had a plan. His flaw was that he trusted me. So that went, I would call it very badly. I mean, that's not fair. I had fun. You know, yeah, I had a good time. What would I do differently if I played this campaign again? Well, I don't know. I don't know if I could actually ever win this. I think this campaign start is unwinnable for me. If I did it like 15 times, maybe I could figure something out. But I think being in this location where all of my enemies can swarm, I think is just too much for me to get through. It's, I'm not a good player, right? I am absolutely terrible at playing this game, so when you take like invisible enemies that can teleport, I'm not going to respond to that. I can't even deal with an army that walks normally. So there you go. I had a great time. I don't know what campaign we'll play when we play again. Not Gorbad. I mean, maybe we'll play him again. It was fine. Look, Greenskins are the coolest faction. I don't know if it's more fun to play him than it is to play, you know, Grom. I think it probably isn't. But if Gorbad started at, like, the corner of a map, maybe I could play him. But he doesn't. He starts at Black Crag, and that makes it essentially unplayable for me. That's a very, very bad starting point. I don't know if I can do it. And I'm not, like, motivated by the challenge enough to try. The things I like in Total War are building an army, going to exciting places, and then fighting people there. I don't enjoy the Skaven taking my capital while I'm away. So Yeah, I just don't think I can play Gorbad. You think about like where Grimgor is now, where there aren't any Skaven to take his capital away, or Dwarves to take his capital away, or anyone who goes underground except him and the Chaos Dwarves, who don't matter. No, fighting Chaos Dwarves is miserable too. Is there a single Orc Lord that's in a good place? Azog has Dwarves. Wartzog has all of these exact same problems that we have. Or did they move him? Did they move him? It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's it for this time. I'll be playing something else later on today. Maybe more Warhammer, but probably just something else since this campaign has been lost. You know, Gorbad just got injured for 10 turns, and our capital's gone, and we're surrounded by enemies. So, you know, hard knock life, buddy. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed. Later, Kiara, if you're here. Happy birthday again. Later, Neo. Later, Justine. Later, Luke. Later, Atanu. And, yeah, I'm going to get something to eat and play something else probably, or another Warhammer campaign. Not this one. We lost. But anyway, see you guys.